What's up, guys? Welcome to Game of the Week for week number 3 here in the OMFL. Thanks so much for tuning into this. I'm going to knock this out real quick. Games are coming in so fast and so furious, it's really hard to keep up. And we're actually going to be here into week number 4 before we know it. So this video probably won't even get to stay up very long. I am out for the next couple of days, though. Friday all the way through Sunday, I will be in New York for work and a little bit of a personal trip, taking my wife with me since it's her birthday. And so we're going to celebrate in New York for a couple of days. So I won't be able to knock one of these out after today unless we advance here pretty soon and I can knock one out for week number 4. But week number 3 came down to a lot of really good games, but I never do this. I'm pretty good about it. I picked my own game. Even though I lost, I'm still salty as hell over this. Has derailed my entire season. I've not played well this season at all, but this was an instant classic game. You need to go back and watch this. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers come away with a 40-37 victory over the New Orleans Saints. They moved to 2-1. The Saints fall to 1-2. They're actually 1-3 now. And these teams really traded back and forth all game long, with the Bucs jumping out to a massive lead, the Saints rallying back and scoring, I want to say it was 24 points in the fourth quarter, just to give up the game winner late. And I'll explain exactly what happened here in a second. 308 passing yards allowed by the New Orleans Saints. Their pass defense has just been shredded, even though they're better than they ever have been. I mean, I've got some really good players back there, but guys are just shredding me apart. It always seems like the number one receiver against my number one quarterback, Lattimore, who should be shutting people down, he's not doing it. He is getting ripped to pieces week in and week out. It doesn't seem to matter who I put him up against, he gets shredded. 106 rushing yards allowed on the other side of the ball. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers allowed 273 passing yards, 118 rushing yards, 3 sacks for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 0 sacks for the Saints. Another major problem. The Saints have given up over 30 sacks in the first 4 games of the season. It's been absolutely crazy, and yet we've only got 2 sacks in the season from our team. We are just not playing well on both offense and defensive lines up front. Those guys just are not playing good at all. If you look at the third down percentage, the Tampa Bay Bucks are really good, 50%. The Saints struggled, 25%. Been another struggle this year. And then the turnovers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just had some amazing plays. They play really good user manual middle linebacker, and he made some great plays. But the 4 turnovers and only 2 takeaways for the Saints really was a big part of this game. Hamlin struggled, 21 of 31 for 299 for 4 picks. He did throw 3 touchdowns. He did play better late in that game, but really struggled early on, turning the ball over twice in the red zone, deep in the red zone. That really hurt his team. Webb was on fire, 16 of 28. He struggled late, but man, he was unstoppable at the beginning of this game. I think he went 15 of 16 for his first 16 passes, 3 touchdowns, 308 yards, 1 interception that came late, which set up the Saints to take the lead with just like 20 seconds, 13 seconds left in the game. What ended up happening here, I'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag, is the Saints get a late pick. They were stopping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, using their timeouts, trying to have an opportunity to go down and win the game with just seconds left. Tampa Bay throws a pick deep in their end of the field around the 35-yard line or so. The Saints go down. They score a touchdown with 13 seconds. They take the lead by 1 point. And on the opening kickoff, the next kickoff, the ensuing kickoff, whatever you want to say, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take it back. Just perfect blocking. Uses one quick little juke move to out juke my user player. Cuts it to the outside. Nobody can catch him. Game, set, match. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers won. Again, we're going to look at some of these stats. So we talked about as Evans just tore Lattimore up. 8 receptions, 189 yards, 1 touchdown along a 61. He had 2 very long plays. Most of his yards came on 2 very long plays. A 61-yarder and the one that was just right under there, around 55 or so. And they were just both lob plays. He just lobbed it up there. It was 50-50 ball, and Evans came down with both of them both times. And it just really hurt me. Forbes did his very best to help me. 12 receptions, 195 yards, 1 touchdown, a long of 37. He really was the only guy that could get open. McKinnon had a long of 62, but that was about it. I have yet to be able to find a rushing game with my team. I'm yet to be able to keep the ball any amount of time. I end up having to scramble late in games, just not playing well. On the defensive side, rookie Huddleston has 7 tackles on the day, 1 interception from Collins, which came really late in that game. On the other side, Alexander, who's the guy that he uses, played exceptional. 4 tackles, the 2 big interceptions. Spence with 2 big sacks. King had an interception. Roby Coleman had an interception. And then Qualls had a sack on the day. In some way, somehow, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come away with the victory, and the Saints season looks like it's going to be another dismissable one. It just doesn't look good for me. My offensive defensive line are not playing well, and I have 4 starters on both sides of the ball that are out for injury for long periods of time. Yeah, things are starting to pile up here where the season is pretty much over, and I'll probably miss a game with me being in New York, which means that that's going to be a sim loss, and we all know how those work out. So thanks for tuning in for Game of the Week. Make sure you go watch this. I'm going to put it in the Instant Classic Game thread. You can, if you don't know, there is an Instant Classic Game thread where you can go back and see every Super Bowl for the past couple years, and then just games that were instant classics that people can submit. You get incentive points. If you play an instant classic game, you send me a good description, the link, who won, all the details that I need. Just do the code in chat. It'll send you the link that you need for all of that. And you get accepted and get put in the instant classic game of the week thread, then you get incentive points for that. And so there are lots of ways for you to get incentive points here. We reward you for your content. We reward you for the effort that you put into this league. I think that we're pretty unique in that way, that we are able to create a way for you to do some really neat stuff here. And I think that there are going to be some new incentives added here very soon that you guys will want to do, and that for some of you it'll be really intriguing. So that's your game of the week for week number 3. Thanks for tuning in. We're trying to knock out a Press Pass Live for you today. We were not able to get one done this past weekend. Things have just been busy for the guys, so we're going to try to knock one out today because I'm out in New York all this following weekend, and there will be nothing done there. So hopefully today we'll get a Press Pass Live out to you. And then again, when I come back from New York, it's Mardi Gras, but I'll try to knock one out on that Wednesday after Mardi Gras, get you a couple Press Pass Lives done, and then hopefully we'll get back to the weekend treatment that we normally do. So until we see you next time, peace.